Boys, girls, and kiddos of all ages, I would like to wish you salutations and welcome to another video of posing action figures with Toy the Poser. For he am I, and I am he. And as you can see, I am in my ceremonial religious robe, my holy garment, if you will. For you see in this video, I plan to give you knowledge to get you further and closer to the Most High. And may you praise Him. So, with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and get behind the camera into giant mode and show you exactly the reason why you are here at the Temple of Saint Marvel. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to the Temple, all souls. Okay, time to get out this silly get up and back behind the camera. Whoop, whoop. All right, so as you can see in this video here, we are going to talk about the Marvel Legends Strange Tales wave, and we have here Marvel's Lilith. And as you can see right here at the front of the box, since we're starting with the front, you got the window. You see what she comes with, and this is the Blackheart Build-A-Figure wave. Just to let you know now, I am not building Blackheart because I like the Toy Biz version of him, and it's doing a pretty good job doing what he's doing. All right, so front of the box, side of the box, you know, with a picture of Lilith. Back of the box for the people that like the back of the box, and the bottom for you people that like those type of things. All right, the other side of the box from bottom to top, and yes, I was trying to get out of doing this without actually moving the camera, since I kind of like the position it was at, but kind of look like I'm gonna have to do it. Okay, sorry. So, all right, there we go. You got a little bio there, and that's everybody that's in this wave. I have a Moon Knight figure that I do not need to replace, so no need for that. Bloodstorm is actually a vampire version of Storm, so don't need another Storm, even if she is a vampire. We're going to talk about Lilith today. Next to her in the number 4 spot is Marvel's Dracula. Heads up, I have a useful amount of knowledge, useless amount of knowledge about vampires, but we'll get to that later. All right, and Damien Hailstorm with Brother Voodoo, who I think they changed his name to Dr. Voodoo now, and Weapon of Vengeance, which is basically the I guess what do you call the Spirit of Vengeance took over Wolverine. All right, and yes, that is the Blackheart figure that was supposed to be built in this wave. So with that being said, we're gonna put the camera back to where it was. All right, and we're gonna magical poof her out of this, and we're gonna see all that she comes, which is basically nothing, just set of hands. But anyway, magical poof. All right, we'll put her to the side for right now, to show you all of the accessories. And this is, she comes with the right hand and arm of Blackheart that comes with an alternate fist. Like I said, wasn't planning on doing that. Oh, by the way, inside the box, it came with like a little backdrop. I don't know really what this is. It looks like a little portal or something, but I like it when we get like scenery and stuff like that. It usually comes in handy later when you're doing photography. All right, sometimes it's just I can't never get the camera right and it doesn't work. All right, hands, alternate hands. That's usually comes with mostly all the females. Sometimes when they get alternate hands, and a little cape. Oh, if you want to call it that, that plugs in the back of her. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that. It's, of course, that hard plastic, and you know, that's what we get, hard plastic for stuff like that. So yeah, plug it in like so, and okay, we got that going for us. All right, let's we're gonna get information about her, but I'm trying to think of what kind of cool pose to get her in. And she is kind of stiff. Oh my goodness. Heat up your figures, before you start trying to pose. Dump them in warm water, or just put them in front of a warm heater or hair dryer or whatever. But yeah, oh goodness gracious, that always scary when I do that. Well, I don't know why I do this to myself, but anyway, since she has alternate hands, and I'll take one off. Sheesh, looks like that little get careful. Okay, oh goodness, that was a scary moment. In case anybody want to know, yes, that little part is removable, but she wears gloves, so we're gonna give her one hand. All right, and there we have a fist, a hand, a very stiff figure that's gonna be, don't know a whole lot about her. I guess we'll figure it out. She doesn't come with any power effects or anything, so that sucks. The hard plastic hair, or if you want to call it hair, I don't technically think this is supposed to be her hair or whatever, because these are supposed to be horns. So I mean, from my understanding, they're supposed to be horns. All right, so let's get her in a cold pose, or as cold of a pose that I can get her in. Something that's gonna, I'm trying to think, what could, that's as far as she can bend. Man, that sucks. Okay, let's get her in a quick cold pose and get the talking. Give you a little history about her, or it's something as cool as possible. But no, that's stupid. You can't see her face that way. Oh man, if this, well, it's bendable enough, I guess, cause her neck is on that ball hinge, not the. Woo, that's hard stuff. I like that. Let's put her on a rotating rotator to see how this works. So, and just like that, she sits atop the rotating rotator, with a few adjustments within her posing. We're gonna bring in the monitor now and give you the scoop on this Lilith action figures and why she had me become a priest slash bishop slash pastor slash whatever in this video. So, all right, bringing in the monitor now. Now, before we start on the Marvel comic version of it, I think I kind of find it important to say this about Lilith, because it's three versions of us, three versions of her. In the Mesopotamian and Jewish mythology, Lilith was the first wife of Adam, the first man, Adam and Eve. Yes, but before Eve, there was Lilith, and she was his first wife, and also technically a she-devil. And so I won't get too into the weeds on the history of that to make this, so this video won't be, 4 days long. Just go here to this guy's YouTube channel, who basically does, I think, comical animated videos of mythological and historical stories. So, and yeah, he has a video about Lilith. All right. So, yes, and his name is, of course, Jake W. Jake W. Anyway, that's his name, or his name of his YouTube channel. So, yes, go check out him and that video, cool video and cool YouTube channel of this guy and the story that he did of Lilith of the Jewish Christian mythology. But in Marvel Comics, the first version of Lilith was the daughter of Dracula and was in giant-sized chillers and created by creators Marv Wolfman and Gene Coleman. In 1974, thus Lilith was named Lilith Drake. And yes, she was the daughter of Dracula. And she didn't like her daddy, but Dracula has a very deep story, especially in Marvel Comics too. So, but after her, Lilith, the daughter of Dracula, you got the third Lilith, or the second Lilith in Marvel Comics. And she was created by Howard Mackey and Andy Kubert in 1992, and first appearing in Ghost Rider Volume 3, number 28. So, although all three have the same name, but different people, thus Lilith have the most in common with each other. And I'll tell you why, although, in a minute. But me personally really likes this Lilith the most. But that's neither here nor there. Plus, we might hear more about it later in another video. But anyway, on with the show, because we got to talk about this Lilith. By the way, Lilith, the daughter of Dracula, also appeared in a Marvel animation show, movie, or whatever back in like the 80s. And I did not know that. And if you did, move to the front of the class, because yeah, you might end up teaching. Anywho, this version of Lilith has a pretty, I don't know what to say, odd origin stories in Marvel Comics, because they're basically all myths. So one story tells how Lilith began as a member of the heavenly host, wife to Samuel, who's basically Satan. And I thought I was actually saying that wrong or pronouncing it wrong, but hey, Samael, Samuel. So I thought it was a U in Samuel, but oh well. Anyway, all right. So she was wife to Samuel. Lilith and Samuel, more often, basically Lucifer, but led the rebellion against heaven, but lost, of course, and was cast down to hell. And, with Samuel as a failure, Lilith abandoned him to seek her own future. And Lilith's origin as a heavenly host member was sided against, alongside Satan, against heaven in this version of the Vatican. So, yeah. But according to Lilith herself, Earth was, she felt like her story went, Earth was populated with women who were all passion and all men were lust. And Earth God, seemingly known as Yahweh, crushed that world, crushed that earth and plucked out two souls, which end up being Adam and Lilith. Adam, better known as the first man, and also Swamp Thing. Hint, hint. A little something for you. Anyway. All right. But Lilith states that after leaving Adam, she went to the devil, seemingly Samuel, but by her own account, it wasn't Satan or that Satan, Samuel. It was the demon Mephisto, and with who she conceived many children with. Okay, so yeah, all these little kids were called. Well, hold on. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. The kids she had with Mephisto, the demon head, I don't think they were actually a race or nothing yet. Anyway, Mephisto actually, got tired of Lilith and kicked her out of hell. Ouch. Another story about Lilith tells of the tale that she was the daughter of a man named Araman, or Ara, all right? And he has a pretty intertwining history himself, so yeah, we're going to just move on from him. But I think most people lean toward the story that Lilith was the first wife of Adam, and they became, of course, husband and wife, and they had children named Maskiums. All right, so basically, another one of those words that you see but you never heard anybody say, but basically little demon kids. But Lilith basically found her husband Adam's companionship oppressive in time. And yes, by the way, that is actually a real belief in real life, because a lot of people, a lot of women call Lilith the Jewish version of it, the first independent woman. All right, so basically the first feminist, modern type definition. Anyway, back to the comic. All right, but yes, she ended up leaving the first man, Adam, because she didn't want to be oppressed by man, or this man. And just to let you guys know once again that, yeah, Adam, the first man, has a pretty, I guess, how you say, prominent role to play in Marvel Comics, because he ends up becoming Man-Thing. And I think I said Swamp Thing earlier, but I meant Man-Thing. Anyway, but fast forwarding up to more modern times of Lilith, Lilith attempted to seduce Danny Ketch. At this moment in time, he was the host of the Spirit of Vengeance and became Ghost Rider. But anyway, she tried to seduce him in a dream, and after that attempt failed, she went and got and asked Nightmare, a demonic entity that was a mystic. She got him basically to assassinate Morbius. Oh, excuse me, jumping ahead of myself there. She asked Nightmare to go and attack both Danny Ketch and his brother Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze. All right, so I guess after that attempt failed, a demon named Fang to go out and kill or attack or whatever Morbius, the living vampire, or whatever he calls himself these days. But yes, Dr. Morbius. And she also sent assassins to murder a magical physician named Victoria Montesi. And then she tricked the team of the Night Stalkers into attacking Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch. And she almost did it, but all her enemies joined forces, called themselves the Midnight Suns, and put a stop to it. And although that would not be the last time you would see or hear from the Queen of Evil, the Mother of Demons, Lilith, in Marvel Comics, yeah, let's talk about her powers. And because Lilith's powers have fluctuated with her status as an angel, demon, or goddess, the full extent of her powers and abilities remains undetermined. So she can currently possesses the typical superhuman abilities of an Anakin goddess, whoever and whatever that is. But I guess that comes with these abilities like strength, speed, durability, energy projectile, and fighting skills, which is basically average judging by the chart. But as I told you guys before, this chart really I really don't know. Oh, and I guess that little blue part of the chart, when it comes to speed, that's when she teleports. So she's really fast as a teleporter, but not like on her feet. She's not that fast. But Lilith, she has a vast knowledge of magical lore, much of which originated with her. She can create protective wall of mystic energy. She can make radiation shields that basically can do things like protect vampires from sunlight. She can create and conjure visions of distant events. She's extremely durable, like most superheroes and supervillains or superpowered humans in comics are. She can has energy projections. She can literally make shoot blasts of energy strong enough to knock down Captain Britain. She can spawn her own demon offsprings that she called Lilins or whatever. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing her name right. Is it Lillian or Lilith or Lilith? Anyway, even though she has all these, amazing and powerful powers and all of that, Lilith, I don't need, trying to correct it now. Her basic weakness, or if you want to call it a weakness, all her powers according to Legends, are less effective against women. So I guess that, you know, she's not that strong against other women. I don't know. I mean, don't know what you do with that. But anyway, whoop, whoop. It's size 'em up time. All right. So representing the 1/18th scale of action figures, we have Michelangelo from the Viacom Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line, standing in at 4 inches tall. All right. So coming in at the 1/12th scale, or the average 1/12th scale size, we have Stan the Man, my main man Stan, standing in at an average 6 inches, which is the average 1/12th scale size. All right, but and above that, we coming in representing the 1/10th scale action figure or action figure size, we have Batman from the Todd McFarlane's Toys, or what is the Bat Multiverse or whatever? Anyway, I'm sorry. All right, the Batman Returns with custom, you know, kit bashed head. We have Bruce Wayne Batman standing in at 7 inches tall and the average 1/10 scale size. So basically that means Lilith or however you want to pronounce her name. And this is going to be kind of tough because, okay, I know for a fact she's under 6 inches tall, from hairline, of course, but not by the horns. Judging by the horns, she's actually like right at 6 or just slightly above 6 inches. However, at the head and hairline, she's like about, I'm going to call it 5 3/4. Okay. It's really slightly under that. And I should do a better job of learning how to read rulers. All right. But anyway, with that said, all right, everybody back to your places. Whoop, 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 whoop. And there you have it, my children. And thank you for coming to the temple. My child, feel free to relieve and join the congregation. Whoop. Yes, I know she's technically a demon, heathen, or whatever you want to call it, but here at the church, the temple, we are all equal. So until then, everyone, go in peace. And also, don't forget to praise him. Oh, and don't forget to come back and see the next video. Okay? So until then, ta-ta for now, my loved ones. Ta-ta for now. Go and praise him.